Shalom Aleichem. We're learning Lekutei Etzot, the book of advice from Rabbi Nachman of Breslov. This chapter is talking about strengthening ourselves, getting stronger, finding power, motivation to do good things with Hashem, to have faith. We are in section 26. When a person begins to look at himself and sees that he's far from good, and he's full of sins, full of crimes, then he can fall by that and he cannot pray at all. The main blocking for prayer, for the individual prayer, is sadness. When a person is sad, fell to depression, fell to despair, he gives up on the prayer. But when a person is happy, with a happy heart and a wishing soul, he can stand and pray to Hashem and to call Hashem and to ask things from Hashem. But when a person is falling and failing, like we just read, by that he can fall to that low self-esteem, to think, who am I to pray, and I cannot stand in front of Hashem, and Hashem doesn't love me, whatever, all those negative thoughts that are completely wrong and they are complete false with no connection to the truth at all. Because Hashem's love to His children does not depend in the greatness of the children. It depends in the unconditional love of Hashem to His creations, to His children. And therefore, there is no situation in life that Hashem rejects you. Hashem loves you. That's the purpose. That's the thing. That Hashem is full of love. That Hashem is full of kindness. And the meaning of the word kindness and mercy is that Hashem is doing things for the ones, even if they're not worthy for that, even if they're not eligible for that. But still, Hashem's kindness is overpowering everything, covering all. Like the verse that is saying, Mayim rabim lo yichabu et ha'ahava, u'neharot lo yishtefuha. A lot of water will not turn off the love, and rivers will not wash it away. So the connection, the love, there is nothing that can reject it, that can push it. So a person that finds himself that he's sad and finds himself far from any good and full of crimes, then by that he's falling to that sadness, and he thinks that he's not worthy to pray, and he feels bad about himself, and he cannot pray. Therefore, that person must seek and look to find in himself some good, because it cannot be that he never did anything good in his life, any mitzvah. But even when he starts looking at that good thing that he did, he can find that that good itself is full of wounds, full of scratches, and it's not complete, because also that good thing that he did was full of foreign intentions and a lot of waste. For an example, you say to yourself, but okay, yes, I did something good. But then you look at that good thing that you did, and you find yourself that even while you did that good thing, you had foreign intentions. You were looking for some honor, you were looking to people to like you or whatever. And that intention, you say to yourself, okay, so if that was my intention, so it burns the mitzvah. It does not make that a good thing because I did it from the wrong motives. But that is not true, because the fact that good and bad are mixed in one thing doesn't necessarily cancel that thing totally. It just stays in its blend. There are good points and there are bad points. There are things that needs to be improved and corrected, and there are things that are very good. The achievements that you achieved, the good, great things that you did until now are standing forever. That's your eternal success. And there is no doubt that the person did, while he did something good, there was some good points in that good thing that he did. And a person should look and seek for more good things inside of himself. And even though that those good things that he will find will also be mixed with a lot of waste, even though the fact that he has some good point inside of him, and he is going and searching and finding more and more good points inside of himself, by that he finds merits and good things that he did inside himself, By that, he is really coming out of negativity, and he rises to a place of positivity, to a place of merits and rights. And he can come back to Hashem completely. He can atone completely for all his sins. And by that, he can revive himself and strengthen himself and to make himself super happy on the fact that at least no matter where he is, like in what level he is holding, still he is doing good things. And then he will be grateful. He will be full of gratitude. Because when you see that you have lackings and you're humble about it, you're not arrogant. When a person is arrogant and finds defaults in himself, so then he falls to sadness and to depression, and he's angry at himself, blaming himself. How could you fail? Why did you fail? Because he thinks to himself that he's supposed to be superior, above it, that he can never fall and fail. But that is only the result of arrogance. This is a mistake. And when a humble person finds lacking in himself, but still finds good points in himself and strengthening himself to come closer and closer to Hashem and to do other good things, by that he is rising and he's climbing and he's achieving more and more and more. So the person must strengthen himself in a humble way, that even though that he is like he is still doing good things. And by that he finds the power to pray and to praise Hashem and to thank him for every good thing that he goes through in his life. I want to thank you, Elizabeth. I want to thank everyone that are supporting us and helping us with your donations and your support. Section 27. A person must be very careful to watch himself, to walk on that path, to find good points in himself. And it's a very fundamental rule for everyone who wants to come closer to Hashem Yitbarach. Hashem Yitbarach is God, is Hashem. That is the meaning of the name Hashem, is the name. That is the way we, Jewish people, we call Hashem. We call God Hashem, the name. We don't allow ourselves to mention his name in vain, if not while learning or if not while praying. And even while praying and learning, even while praying and learning, we're not mentioning his name that cannot be mentioned, that is Yud and K and Vav and K, and we're just mentioning his name with Adni. So we're calling Hashem in his name, but not in the name that cannot be mentioned until the time of the temple eternal rebuilding. So most of the people that are falling to deep sadness, they need mainly to reject themselves, reject sadness and black bitterness from themselves as much as they can. Because most of the people that are far from Hashem Yitbarach, the main reason why they're far is because of black bitterness and sadness, and because that they're falling in their mind, because that they see in themselves that they spoiled a lot, that most of their actions are incorrect. And everyone knows about himself how many lackings he has and pains, and that's why they're falling to think that they supposed to be despair, to give up, God forbid. But that is not the truth. But the most painful thing is that by that falling in their mind, that they're not able to see no hope, they stop praying with right intention, and they're not doing the Avodat Hashem, they're not serving Hashem. Even things that they were supposed to do, that they were able still to do, even though that they're not strong and that they are suffering and going through difficulties and challenges, even though that they are still in that place that is not 100% stable, there are still things that they can do. And therefore the person must educate himself as much as he can to put his mind toward that thing. Because many souls drown because of that. Because the despair, God forbid, is the worst enemy of them all. That's why the person must strengthen himself as much as he can to walk with that path that we mentioned so many times, to look in himself good points every time, and to revive himself and strengthen himself always. And by that he will be able to pray with great passion and joy in happiness always, and to come closer to Hashem be'emet, with truth, like we mentioned before. Those are very important teachings. I bless you to rise and shine and to find the truth in every step of the way. And may Hashem shine upon you always to rise and shine and bloom with great joy and great satisfaction. Amen. RDMC with the Emunah Project, all the nations with me. Close your eyes, just breathe, see the truth. Don't chase the fake world, don't buy the fake news. Be yourself, your own true self. Don't let no one take our natural wealth. See the good, no fear, no despair. Cherish who that you are and share. Source of power from an endless spring. Light of courage in yourself, yes.
They can kick you down to the ground. Hold yourself up till you are, put up your crown. King of the Creator, holy soul inside. Focus on the spiritual.